How's it going, everyone? In the past few weeks I've had a few requests about my shrimp tank, people wanting to know what plants I had in there, what substrate I used, and general upkeep of the tank. So I thought I'd go over a few bits to help people out. After all, that's what the channel's about. You're going to have to excuse me with the Latin names for plants because I can't pronounce them to save a life, but I'm going to have a go anyway. You'll see in the top right hand corner there's a diagram showing plant positions. So I'll start at position 1, which is down here. This is dwarf hairgrass, otherwise known as Elocharis, acicularis. I thought when I planted this that it would grow and spread a bit more. It takes a long time to spread. I see lots of new shoots coming up daily, and I do trim down the grass occasionally. I don't want to trim it down too much because otherwise it just looks like solid tufts of grass, and I wanted that flowy feel to it. And to be quite honest, I'm quite happy with how it is at the moment. I like being able to see the sand through it. I think if it was a big thick carpet, then I think I would lose that. So I'm happy with it. In position 2, which is up here, this is Willow Moss Fontinalis antipyretica. I've done a video in the past about this, giving a bit more detail. It's an absolutely wonderful moss. I've just got this tied to a bit of slate, and it spreads lovely, and I've got like a nice thick bush of that in there now. There is a little bit of Christmas moss in there, which was mixed in, which it's not causing any problems, and it's growing, and as bits get big enough I do actually use it elsewhere, so I'm fine with that. Position 3, which is here, this is Hemianthus Glomeratus, otherwise known as baby tears. You can use this as a carpet in your tank, or you can plant it so you get more of a bush, which is the look that I've gone for. Very simple. Plant the single stems in the substrate, you'll get branches coming off of them. As they get too long, you just trim them down and you can replant the stems in. You haven't got to worry about it getting too leggy. I haven't noticed it myself. I'm very happy with the look of it, but you'll see what I have done over in position 6, which is over here. As I've trimmed this down, I've planted it over here to get a bush going over this side, and it's growing very well. This has only been in there in position 6 for about a week, and already there's about an inch of growth on the top of them, so that's going really well. Position 4, we've got narrow leaf Java Fern, and there's also some Hydrocotyle SP Japan in there. I've kind of left it so that the Hydrocotyle SP Japan mixes itself in, so you don't get those definite lines. I like it looking a little bit messy. That's probably not the best word to use, but I just like it where it all intermingles and blends the plants together. There's some baby tears which is also branching out underneath. With baby tears you can also lay it down flat and it'll root and you'll get upshoots, which is how you form a nice carpet, is just by laying it down. So that area is coming along really nicely. Position 5, which is at the back there, I'm sure this is Rotala rotundifolia. but I'm not 100%. There's different variations, and all depending on light, it depends how bright red, and say all the different colours. You can get orangey coloured ones, but I'm sure, if I remember right, that's Rotala, rotundifolia. Very slow growing, especially in this tank with no CO2. But again, I've been topping it, replanting, and gradually spreading it around. I'm sure it'll get there, but it's getting there very slowly. As I say, position 6 is the Hemianthus Glomeratus, baby tears. Position 7, that is just a Cryptocoryne. I'm sure it's wendtii green, wendtii red, but I'm not 100% on that. I've had so many different crypts in my main tank. They've stayed very small, which is good. I don't want anything too overpowering, and they make a nice little addition there. I am thinking about getting a few other bits over the side there. I'm not quite sure what to get yet, but I know I want to get a bit more Java Fern attached to the bogwood that's in here. The bogwood itself I got from my local fish shop, and that only cost me £4, I believe. It's bigger than you can actually see because there's roots that go around the back which are now covered up. It's got some BBA on there, which I'm just treating at the moment. It just suddenly appeared, so the first medication that I put in there, I'm using AlgExit, has turned some of it red, so I'm sure that's just starting to die off now, which is good. The substrates I use, over here I use Columbo Flora-Base, the 5mm size, but in all honesty I think it's too big. It should have been the 2 to 3mm, because it is very hard to hold down plants when you first put them in until they start rooting. But I've got a little plan I'm going to come up with soon, which might help people that have got the same problem with the 5mm. Over this side, I'm just using a large grain inert sand, and I've put fertilizer capsules in there, just because I wanted to just to be able to see a difference between the two. I wanted the plan was to always have this as a shrimp tank, and I wanted to be able to see shrimp against the sand because they tend to look really nice. So this is just a large grain inert sand over this side. I add to the water daily. This is Brightwell Aquatics Florinaxis, which is a carbon liquid. I add 4 drops of this into the tank daily, which it works the same as the Easy Carbo, that sort of thing. And I also dose the EI fertilizers daily, alternating days between the micro and macro, and that's about it. I've got a all pond solution hang-on filter at the back, and I've got a small nano heater in there. I absolutely love this tank. As I say, I am going to be changing things about a little bit, but that just gives you an idea of what I've got in there. I'll try and put some other information in the comments so you know the specs of the plants themselves. Thank you for watching.